Welcome into the broadcast. I'm Hayden Weber, joined by Ryan Blank. We are live and ready to go. ASU, Oregon State underway. Arizona State starting with the ball. 19:34 in the first quarter, and ASU misses a shot to start the game. Again, thank you everyone for joining us for the nightcap in day one of the Pac-12 men's basketball tournament in Las Vegas. Oregon State with the ball. Going to get on the board first, driving to the rim and in. That is Glenn Taylor Jr. for Oregon State with the first points for the Beavers.
Great move, just driving to the basket. That's what Oregon State needs to do. They need to be aggressive against a strong ASU team who tends to foul a lot throughout the course of games.
DJ Horn from deep, he hits it. DJ Horn shooting 34% from three this year, off to a hot start. So the Sun Devils with an early 1-point advantage. This is the third meeting between these two teams. Arizona State took both regular season contests. Here's a shot from deep that goes no good. That was Pope for Oregon State. So with that, we're going to get the starting five for the Beavers. It's Jordan Pope, Dexter Acano, Tyler Bilodeau, Rodrigue Undula, and Glenn Taylor Jr. And across the way for the Sun Devils, DJ Horn, Desmond Cambridge Jr., Frankie Collins, Warren Washington, and Devin Cambridge. Oregon State with the ball, pressing in, into the lane, laying it up and no good, rebounded by the Beavers. Bilodeau puts it up, and that's two for Oregon State. Sun Devils have not shot well this season, towards the bottom of the Pac-12 in field goal percentage and three percentage. And Frankie Collins picks up a loose ball nearly turned over by the Sun Devils. He has it on the right wing, drives up, and loses possession. Rebounded by Oregon State. Here's Acano, one of the many freshmen on this Oregon State, a junior. So one of the elder players on an otherwise freshman-laden Beaver squad. Acano has it, right wing, directing traffic. And turns it over. Desmond Cambridge Jr. comes up with it. Gets it to his brother Desmond, who lays it up and in. So Devin Cambridge on the board. And it's 5-4 Arizona State. Rodrigue Undula has it on the perimeter. And we get a whistle. Looks like a foul on Oregon State, so Arizona State will have possession.
And for Arizona State, a key is get in transition. They have a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism. They can control this game by forcing turnovers and easily getting points in transition.
Devin Cambridge inbounds to Desmond Cambridge Jr., who gets it to Frankie Collins, the sophomore transfer from Michigan. Looks like another foul on Oregon State. Washington hit the deck. And Dexter Acano charged with the foul.
A key for Arizona State, especially Warren Washington, stay out of foul trouble. You're seeing Acano already has 2 fouls. We're not even 4 minutes in. So for Arizona State, Warren Washington has to stay out of foul trouble because he is their lead big.
So Acano checks out of the game, at least temporarily. There's Cambridge, out to Devin from deep, and it rattles in and out. So into the game for Oregon State is Michael Ratai, a freshman out of Germany. Here's Taylor Jr. with it, gets it back to Pope, who leads all Pac-12 freshmen in minutes played this year. They get it to Bilodeau. Back out to Taylor from downtown, and it's off the mark. Rebounded by Warren Washington. The Sun Devils regain possession. DJ Horn from beyond the arc. It is in and out. Washington slams it home. Nice job by the veteran to come up with the loose ball and get the slam dunk.
For ASU, getting DJ Horn active and aggressive early is key, because when he is hitting his shots, he is one of the best shooters on this team, but also work the ball down low. You're seeing Warren Washington be aggressive on the boards, going and using and getting those second chance points. ASU has to attack down low as well, because you attack down low, you might be able to get something going outside as well.
Good things tend to happen when the Devils get Washington the ball. Pope from deep, this one too short, rebounded by Collins. Here's Cambridge on a fast break. Passes it back to Frankie Collins. Sun Devils reset. Here comes DJ Horn slashing into the lane, off the backboard and in. That's a nice sequence there for the Sun Devils, who get their lead up to 5.
For DJ Horn, he's more of a shooter. He relies on his jump shot and his three-point abilities. They're driving to the lane. When he drives, he can use that speed that he has to get to the hoop very easily.
Like you said, a very athletic Sun Devil team, and appears a missed call by the referees.
Pope got away with the carry there.
Here comes Andela, physical on Frank Washington, and he gets the layup for 2. Arizona State finished the season 20-11 and a tie for 5th place in the Pac-12, 11-9 in conference play. They get it to Washington in the lane and can't come up with the dunk. And it appears that a foul is called on Oregon State. And the foul is charged to Tyler Bilodeau, so we'll have our first media timeout with 14:31 to go in the first half. It's 9-6 Sun Devils. We'll be back on Blaze Radio. Back into the broadcast, 14:31 to go in the first half. Arizona State with a 9-6 lead on the Oregon State Beavers, and after being fouled, Warren Washington will be the first to go to the line tonight.
A few subs coming in for ASU. See Jemiah Neal, Lonzo Gaffney, and Lutham Hobbin, and then also now Duke Brennan waiting to replace Warren Washington.
First shot from Washington is good. Washington shooting 65% from the line.
And in the past few weeks, you've seen that number increase. He hit a few big free throws against U of A in that miraculous victory. So his confidence as a free throw shooter has definitely grown.
That it does, and right on cue, Washington goes 2 for 2. So Arizona State up 11-6 now, and like you said, a whole bunch of substitutions. Alonzo Gaffney into the game, along with Luther Muhammad, Jemiah Neal, and Duke Brennan. Jordan Pope starts it out for the Beavers, who gets it to Bilodeau.
With no Austin Nunez, once again, it puts pressure on the starting guards, Frankie Collins and DJ Horton, to play that second row point guard role. Nunez still out with concussion. He hasn't played since February 18th, which was against Oregon State.
Nunez and his presence has been sorely missed as Oregon State turns it over. Duke Brennan was able to intercept it, so Arizona State now has it between the circles. Here's Jemiah Neal getting his first minutes of the game. Swings it out to Gaffney, who gets it back to DJ Horn. Doing work inside the perimeter, puts it up, and it's good.
Sweet shot from DJ Horn. When he gets going, he's not missing much, and you see the confidence never wavers. Fade away from the free throw line, and he connects.
5 points for DJ Horn in this young ball game. Taylor swings it out to Ratai, to Undullah, who steps back and misses a layup. So Arizona State regains possession. Alonzo Gaffney has it. Now back to Neal, top of the key, moving to his right. Gets it back out to Luther Muhammad. And Muhammad briefly loses possession but regains it. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Got to make something happen. Puts it up, and this one is too short. Oregon State recovers. Here's Bilodeau. They get it out to Taylor Jr. Throws it down. Glenn Taylor Jr., the sophomore out of Las Vegas, Nevada.
ASU has to do a better job getting in to transition defense. Left too many holes. You saw DJ Horn have to commit to stopping the ball and had to leave wide open men for the easy dunk.
Here's DJ Horn. That's a Jemiah Neal on the near arc. Working inside, mid-range jumper, step back, too short. Rebounded by Duke Brennan, who gets it back to DJ Horn, who actually has 7 points. Charging towards the rim, puts it up, this one no good. Here's Gaffney, has a look, doesn't make a shot. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Horn, near corner, gets it to Brennan, puts it up, and too short. Rebounded by Oregon State.
I like that ASU's using the shot clock, but they're not running any offense. Just seems they're trying to get the ball inside, and they're struggling to do so early in the shot clock, forcing some bad shots to avoid the violation and the turnover.
Arizona State has missed their last 4 from the field. Oregon State zigzagging in the paint. And shot no good. It looks like a foul was called on DJ Horn, his first of the game. And with that, we're going to go to immediate timeout. Arizona State with a 13-8 lead on Oregon State. 11:38 to go in the first half. We'll be right back after the break. broadcast. This is the nightcap of day one of the Pac-12 basketball tournament on Blaze Radio here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Arizona State with a 13-8 lead on the Oregon State Beavers. The Sun Devils come into this game as the 6th seed, Oregon State the 11th seed. These two teams had inverse overall records. Arizona State 20-11, Oregon State 11-20. A lot of youth on the Beavers squad as, let's see, they had their freshmen accounted for 48% of all their minutes. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, they're relying on that youth. They had a few big name seniors leave after last year, have to rely on that youth to come in, and at this point, there's no saying that says, when it comes March, these freshmen, they become sophomores. And this is their opportunity to step up big and help Oregon State try to make something out of what seems to be a lost season.
Well said. It's been a tough stretch for Wayne Tinkle, who had something going at Oregon State a couple of years ago. This team pulled a rabbit out of its hat and won the Pac-12 tournament out of nowhere and made a deep run into March Madness, but to no avail, as Oregon State tries to inbound it, but it was touched by a Sun Devil, so the Beavers will maintain possession. They get it to Pope, who's one of those exciting freshmen. Now Glenn Taylor Jr. has it. He's covered by Luther Muhammad. Driving up toward the rim. And a whistle. So the foul will be on Luther Muhammad, the redshirt senior. Third team foul against the Sun Devils.
And ever since Luther Muhammad came to Tempe and joined the Sun Devils, he's been one of the best perimeter defenders for ASU, and he's kind of been a reason why ASU has really grown defensively as a team in the last few years, especially this year.
Taylor at the line for Oregon State. Sunk the first of his 2 free throw tries. Taylor shooting 80% from the charity stripe and goes 2 for 2. So the Beavers now back within 1 possession. It's 13-10 in favor of Arizona State.
Right now, ASU does not have DJ Horning. He is allocated for 7 of the team's 13 points scoring-wise, but now it's got to be somebody to step up. He and Warren Washington are not in the game.
Interesting move for Bobby Hurley as Arizona State turns it over.
Really, you look at it, nobody on the court has scored so far for ASU. I know it's early, you're only about 9 minutes in, but still, your 2 guys that have been your scorers, and DJ Horn and Warren Washington, who have combined for all 13 points, it's kind of hard to play without at least one of them on the court.
Yep, Horn, Cambridge, and Washington all on the bench. Those are the 3 players who have scored. Meanwhile, Oregon State has done very little in terms of substitutions. See if they can get Jordan Pope involved. And Pope, zigzagging in the lane, gets it back out to Ratai. And it's a travel. So Arizona State will get possession back. We were talking about defense earlier. This is a Sun Devil squad that consistently ranks in the top of the conference, top 1, top 2, right up there with USC in terms of the defensive numbers. And what can you attribute that to?
When you look at it, it's how athletic they are. When they are able to cover a lot of ground, they force a lot of turnovers. They have really good perimeter defenders like Jemiah Neal and Luther Muhammad, like I said about Muhammad earlier. So having those guys limits a team's efficiency from 3-point range, which is key.
There's Frankie Collins. Angles towards the rim, swings it back out to Gaffney, now to Cambridge Jr. from downtown. He sinks it. So Des Cambridge Jr. with his first points of the game. Arizona State now up 16-10.
Leading scorer for ASU, second team all Pac-12. He's had a big season, and now once you get him going, you have 3 of your top guys who are going to be efficiently scoring throughout the game.
Cambridge Jr. showed up in a boot, had some people concerned. There's an opportunity for the Beavers, who nearly turn it over. Taylor, fadeaway jumper, it's good. shot by Glenn Taylor, who's having himself a nice night. Now 8 points, which leads the way for both sides.
And you look at Desmond Cambridge, he's now 8 of his last 13 from beyond the arc. So he is hot, he's feeling it from three-point range. Try to get him some open looks from there.
Free ball from Neal is to the left. And Arizona State turns it over. Duke Brennan, the referees said it went off Duke Brennan, but I thought it went off of either Pope or Ibekwe for Oregon State.
Yeah, it went off Pope easily, and the sideline referee came in right away and said, it's white ball, it's ASU ball, because that was easily off the hands of Pope.
And that was the right call. So Frankie Collins will inbound for Arizona State. Collins gets it to Cambridge Jr. from the corner, just a bit off the mark, rebounded by Ibekwe for Oregon State.
Ibekwe got away with shuffling his feet. Might have had full possession, he was juggling the ball, but might have been called for travel.
And we have another whistle. Desmond Cambridge Jr. charged with the foul.
Fouls starting to get to the Sun Devils early.
Already 4-team fouls with just over 9 minutes to go. Taylor has been directing traffic quite a bit tonight. Get it inside to Ratai. Nice defense there for the Sun Devils. And another whistle.
Frankie Collins will get called for that one. Try to reach in to strip it from Ibekwe, but hit him on the arm, and now he's headed to the line for 2. ASU has to find a way to be more disciplined defensively.
So Ibekwe will head to the line where he has not had a lot of success, 47% on his free throw tries, as he will shoot right into the face of the 9-4-2 crew, which made the trip out to Vegas, and he misses his first free throw attempt, rattles in and out.
Roughly connects on every other free throw, so ASU has to be fortunate after that foul.
This one well short, hits off the front of the rim, so Ibekwe 0 for 2 from the line.
And that shot just looked flat, had no arc on it.
So Oregon State fails to capitalize off the Sun Devil mistake. Here's DJ Horn, has a look, opts to drive towards the lane, looking for an opportunity, covered by Taylor, passes it back to Collins, now 6 seconds on the shot clock. Frankie Collins goes inside, puts it up, this one hits off the backboard, recovered by Washington, and Cambridge has a shot, sinks it, but a shot clock violation. So Oregon State will have the ball.
There, Warren Washington has to know the situation with the shot clock. He should just floated one up. You had 1 second left. No shot for Devin Cambridge to get anything off. It looks like the officials want to go review it, but it's pretty evident that the ball was still in his hand when the shot clock hit 0.
Yeah, no-brainer in my opinion. So Arizona State, a mismanagement of time, had an opportunity and weren't able to cash in, assuming that the call holds up. So while they review that, it's been an exciting day of basketball here in Vegas. And to recap, we had the call for the first game. It was a close matchup between Washington and Colorado, and the call stands on the court. So Oregon State will have possession.
And that's the right call.
Absolutely. And into the game is Dimitri Rivny, the senior, one of 2 seniors, on this roster for Oregon State, as they inbound it to Taylor. They skip it low and a slam dunk. My goodness, Rivny. The highlight reel dunk, and Oregon State within 2.
And that's the bright side for Oregon State and Wayne Tinkle. When you look towards next year, you're only losing 2 pieces and have a lot of freshmen who are going to grow.
And Washington returns the favor.
Great pass inside. You see the celebration. Washington slammed that on Ibekwe. And when we come back, he's headed to the line to make it a 3-point play.
That he is. Arizona State with an 18-14 lead over Oregon State. Exactly 8 minutes to go in the first half. We're going to step aside here on Blaze Radio, but don't go anywhere. to the broadcast. Warren Washington, once we return from the media timeout on the court, will go to the line, try to complete the three-point play after he had a slam dunk and then was fouled, so an and one opportunity is upcoming. So Arizona State with a chance to get their lead up to 5 points, but to kind of touch back on what we started talking about earlier, exciting day of action. So tomorrow, you've got UCLA, Colorado at noon, Oregon, Washington State at 2:30, Stanford and Arizona at 6, and the winner of this game on to play USC. Of those 4 teams, I mean, not sure if there's any rhyme or reason, but which of those do you think would be potentially the most vulnerable to an upset?
If you look at it, I think UCLA, because Colorado's given them some trouble, taking them to the wire both times they faced off this year, and they just lost one of their key pieces in Jalen Clark for this year due to an Achilles injury. So I think UCLA is pretty vulnerable right now. So I think UCLA could be on upset watch, but also I like that 4-5 matchup.
Yeah, I was going to say Washington State getting a good draw against Cal, who offered little resistance today. They did have a brief run late in the second half, but really the Cougars had the game in control for most of the time. So that's a good draw to get in the first round, so they will be ready to go against the Oregon Ducks. So when we return, it'll be 8 minutes to go, and Arizona State once again trying to complete the season sweep of Oregon State. They've won the first 2 matchups.
You saw earlier today, Washington entered their matchup against Colorado 2-0. And we mentioned early on the first broadcast, that it's hard to beat a team 3 times. Washington could get it done. Colorado was able to hang on. Now it's up to the Sun Devils.
One of the most difficult things to do is sweep a team in 3 games, no matter what sport. The first matchup, ASU was down big in that game in Corvallis. Arizona State erased a 16-point deficit to win on the road. In that game, Desmond Cambridge Jr. put up 21 points, so he was on fire. And in the next game, Arizona State won more convincingly at home. So the Sun Devils have won 4 straight against Oregon State, going back over the last couple of seasons. But the Beavers won the last matchup in the postseason. The last time these 2 teams met in the postseason was in 2016. Oregon State won that game 75-66. We said this Oregon State team has had some historic postseason runs in the past, and it's going to take a lot for them to run the table like they did a couple years ago with a improved Pac-12 conference this year, including the veteran-laden Sun Devils team, which combined between all the players on the roster, you're looking at 964 career games between every single player on this Arizona State roster. A lot of transfers, a lot of upperclassmen.
Yeah, that's a good thing for Arizona State, because when you get into those tough games in March, like they're going to see in this week in this tournament, having that experience is key.
Absolutely, and right on cue, the senior Warren Washington steps to the line and misses the free throw, so can't complete the 3-point play. Oregon State rebounds, and checking into the game is Christian Wright, his first action for Oregon State. And he kicks it over to Taylor, swings it back out to Reevney from downtown, no good. And yet another whistle. Bobby Hurley flailing his arms, not sure what the call was. And based on his reaction, it would appear some sort of foul against the Sun Devils.
The official's gone over to the scores table. Might be an issue with the shot clock. So when the officials point over towards the top of the basket.
Interesting. As the Sun Devils, that would be the better thing, considering they're at 5 fouls already. As we're just under 8 minutes to go in the first half. And leading the way for Arizona State, still DJ Horn with the 7 points. He's hit a 3. Arizona State 2 for 6 from beyond the arc. Also, Devin Cambridge Jr.'s got in on the action with 3. Warren Washington with 6. So the Sun Devils are spreading it around offensively. And a across the way for Oregon State. It's pretty much been all Glenn Taylor Jr.
And if you look at ASU right now, Bobby Hurley is upset with his team. He is having them run sprints across the court.
How about that?
I have never seen that, and I've attended a lot of college basketball games, and Bobby Hurley trying to spark something in his team, leading by 4. He thinks that they should be up by more.
Absolutely. Arizona State hasn't played the cleanest game to start, and right off the bat, Frankie Collins. Tight coverage on Taylor. Now they get it to Wright. Back to Ratai. They try to go inside to Reevney. Puts it up. And it's too short. Rebounded by Warren Washington. So we'll see if that move lights a fire in this team. As the biggest issue for the Sun Devils tonight has been the foul trouble. Frankie Collins gets it to Desmond Cambridge Jr. being shadowed by Ratai. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Arizona State got to make something happen. Washington puts one up and rebounded by Oregon State after the shot went awry. Beavers on the fast break, looking to make something happen. Now they reset. Christian Wright, the sophomore from Alpharetta, Georgia, directs traffic at the top of the key. He's covered by Cambridge Jr. They get it back to Taylor. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 6:40 to go in the first half. Taylor gets it to a Beckway. Ratai, last chance shot as the shot clock expires, and it's no good. Still 18-14 Sun Devils, as all of the starters have checked back into the game. Washington has it. Gets it to Frankie Collins. Now Cambridge Jr. from beyond the arc, short. Washington comes up with it, tries to put it in, and Ibekwe was in front of him, appeared to have fouled Warren Washington.
That's big. Ibekwe's their big guy in the middle on defense. Now he has 2 fouls. He's going to have to sit at least for a few minutes in this first half. Could be done for the entire half. Now Washington heading back to the line, so far 2 for 3.
Both the Oregon State bigs in foul trouble. Dexter Akano already with 2 as well. Washington has been money from the charity stripe as he sinks the first free throw shot. So a host of substitutions now for Oregon State. Breath for Warren Washington, and sinks the second free throw shot. Now 2014 Arizona State on the court for Oregon State. We've got Jordan Pope, Christian Wright, Tyler Bilodeau, Michael Ratai, and Rodrigue Undullah checks back into the game.
With the foul trouble on the bigs, this is an opportunity for ASU to dominate inside the paint, so they have to take advantage of that.
Bilodeau converts on a shot. 2 points for Oregon State. ASU up by 14. Jemiah Neal kicks it to DJ Horn. DJ Horn working outside, gets it into Duke Brennan. Back outside to Neal, and Ratai knocks it out of play.
And after the defensive play from Ratai, you saw Jemiah Neal, saw Ratai anticipate that he was going to kick it over to Cambridge for 3. He stood there, acted like a shot fake, then shot. That's the move that he should have went for, and he knows it.
Here's Cambridge from downtown. Off the mark, rebounded by Brennan. They get it to Devin, who puts it up and in.
Great backdoor cut. He saw that right away, saw that 2 defenders were attracted to Duke Brennan, knew that he could cut and have an easy layup, and he converts.
More points for Cambridge. Here's a look for Ratai, working into the lane, and turns it over. Cambridge Jr. gets it to Horn, who lays it up and in. Arizona State finding a groove offensively.
A little flashy pass from Cambridge there, a little no-look action, kind of act like Patrick Mahomes out there.
Christian Wright to Pope from downtown, and it's good. So Jordan Pope with his first 3 ball of the game and his first points in general.
Great job from Pope taking advantage of his matchup against Duke Brennan. He's quicker, more athletic, so he knows that he can use his speed to create his own shot.
Cambridge Junior swings it out to DJ Horn, who has it on the far outside corner. See if he puts a shot up. This one well off the mark, rebounded by Oregon State. Ratai going to work. Crashes the net, swings it back out to Bilodeau. Bilodeau gets it back to Undala, covered by Cambridge, and isn't able to get the shot. So Arizona State rebounds. 3:45 to go in the first half. ASU's been able to keep Oregon State at an arm's distance in this game. Here's Cambridge Junior with a shot. Defender on him, this one short. And it goes off of Jemiah Neal, so Oregon State will have possession. Timeout on the floor. ASU up 24-19 over Oregon State. 3:29 to go in the first. We're going to step aside on Blaze Radio. With Pac-12 tournament basketball on Blaze Radio. Arizona State up 24-19 on Oregon State late in the first half, as all the Pac-12 mascots make their way into the building. Oregon State trying to make something happen. How about this? Tight coverage there by the Arizona State defense, and a big block on Bilodeau. My goodness. Oregon State had a chance, but the Sun Devil defense playing phenomenal in the lane, and it looks like a foul is called. This one on Alonzo Gaffney, who just checked into the game.
Great read from Undella to get it to Bilodeau on the back door. But that looked like a clean block from Alonzo Gaffney. I didn't see much contact for a foul.
Can't say I saw it either, but nonetheless, Bilodeau at the line. First free throw is good. Oregon State has been money from the free throw line. They lead the Pac-12 in free throw percentage, 75% from the stripe. Bilodeau 2 for 2. So if you give Oregon State a chance, usually they're going to capitalize. Frankie Collins kicks it out to Meal. Meal gets it to Washington inside. Working into the lane, swings it out to Gaffney and to Muhammad, who penetrates, gets a shot up, and it's off the mark. Rebounded by Pope.
You saw Muhammad leaning forward on the shot and just put an extra amount of juice on it, and the shot ended up being long.
So here's Undullah towards the rim. This one off the mark, and Arizona State recovers. Muhammad runs into Undullah, who goes down. The Oregon State bench furious.
They wanted basket interference against ASU. I think they have a case for it. I believe it was Warren Washington went up while it was bouncing off of the rim and swatted it away. That rule's legal in FIBA basketball, but not here in NCAA rules. So I think that ASU got away with something there.
So a missed call by the referees. ASU catches a break. Sun Devils will have 20 seconds on the shot clock to work with. Here's Cambridge Jr. from deep. This one no good. And another foul call, this one on ASU, as I believe that was Christian Wright who hit the deck. They're going to call the foul on Alonzo Gaffney. That's his second since he's been checked into the game.
And I don't know about that one. Might have been a minor box out. I didn't see a full box out to warrant an over the back call because he just went above him and tipped it out. I didn't really see a call there, and I don't think Bobby Hurley did either. He's arguing with the official because for an over the back call you need a full box out, and I did not see one there.
So that'll send the best free throw shooter on the Oregon State team to the line in Christian Wright, who's 86%. The first shot is nothing but net. So the Beavers now within 2. This has been a very tightly contested first half. No one has really run away with this game yet.
Difference is ASU shooting sub 35%, only 2 of 11 from 3.
And after they had some early 3 balls from Horn and Cambridge Jr., they've since gone cold, and right now Oregon State on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes. ASU trying to break that trend, trying to go into halftime with a little bit of momentum. Frankie Collins swings it out to Horn. Horn steps back. The shot rims out, recovered by Warren Washington, who's being covered by Bilodeau. Washington puts it up, and no good.
And for ASU, you're starting to see what they do when they struggle offensively is settle for contested long twos and three-point jumpers. They can't do that. They have to set up an offense. Now, Oregon State has a chance to get a lead here. They're first of the game.
Frustrating start for Bobby Hurley's squad. Pope step back 3 try. It's good. Second 3 ball for Jordan Pope, now has 6 points. And the Beavers have their first lead of the game.
There, if you're defending him, you have to get a hand in his face. I did not see DJ Horn contest on that shot.
ASU gets it into Warren Washington. Penetrates ahead. Arizona State nearly turns it over. Washington looking for something. 5 seconds on the shot clock. And a whistle blown. It looks like a foul called on Oregon State.
Once again, I think ASU got away with a violation there. You saw Devin Cambridge trying to post up in the paint, trying to get the ball down low, but looks like he was in the paint a little extra than those 3 seconds you're allotted. So He gets away with one and he'll head to the line. ASU trying to cut this deficit, trailing by 2, so they have a chance to tie it. Just under a minute left in the half.
Devin Cambridge heads to the line for the first time today. The first shot nearly came out, but an Arizona State player tipped it in. Oregon State visibly upset, and they have every right to be.
That looked like the shot was off the rim. The officials are going to come together. There was no call made. Desmond Cambridge came flying in and tipped it in. I think the basket should count because what you saw was the ball was not in the rim. It was off and away from the rim as it was a missed free throw, and he tipped it in, and now the boo's coming in from Oregon State fans. Looks like they're now going to go review it. Wayne Tinkle is furious.
Yeah, irate. You said Oregon State fans, also a smattering of Arizona fans in here who have stuck around throughout the tournament to scout out potential foes, but Oregon State clapping, maybe thinking they might get the call reversed in their favor. Bobby Hurley appears upset. Regardless of the call, it's still going to be a one-possession game, and Oregon State's still going to have the lead.
It's a tough call to make, and maybe the best call there is no call. At least for Arizona State's case, it just looks like from our angle that the ball was off the rim, so he's able to come in and make that tip in if you're Desmond Cambridge Jr. Wish they would show a replay on our big screen here.
Yeah, not much by way of replays today.
We've seen a lot of replays throughout the course of the first 4 games in this tournament today.
Yeah, lots of times that, like you said, they've had to go to review, and once again going to happen here with 57 seconds to go in the first half. Arizona State 6-7 when trailing at halftime, 13-3 when leading at halftime, so it does make a big difference. Obviously, the Sun Devil squad has somewhat branded themselves as a second half team, however, at least in the beginning of the season. A team that's known to catch lightning in the bottle. It's still very early on in this game, and Arizona State trying to keep their tournament chances alive. They are on the bubble. They're in the last 4 teams out. They did get help from Ohio State today, beating Wisconsin. Barely, but they did.
And then Oklahoma State was able to take care of business against Oklahoma. But ASU did get some much needed help. It's just those two kind of balance each other out in a sense.
Right.
Officials taking a very long look at this. As it stands on the court, it's tied at 26 after the bucket. So they're saying the bucket counted. Looks like there might not be enough evidence to change the call.
Wayne Tinkle trying to get the Oregon State fans in attendance fired up, trying to get his players fired up. Still reviewing this one. This is one of the longer reviews we've seen. So with that, we'll take a second to talk stats. But before we do that, looks like we'll have an official call. Maybe. Not sure what's going on, quite frankly, but it looks like, according to the scoreboard, the basket counted, like you said, and it's going to be 26-all with 51 to go in the first half. So no explanation of the decision, but there you go. Oregon State trying to get the lead back. Here's Christian Wright. Swings it out to Pope. Another 3 attempt. This one no good. Nearly rebounded by the Beavers. And it hits off a Beaver player. Out of play. Arizona State ball.
Yeah, with how long that review was, it seems like that's the right call. Stick with what you had on the court. If you can't find anything that clearly shows that he interfered with the ball when it was on the rim.
30 seconds to go, and a timeout called. So with that, we're going to step aside briefly with 30 seconds to go in the first half. We're all tied up at 26 between Arizona State and Oregon State. We'll be back with the final moments of the first half on Blaze Radio after the break. Back from the timeout. That was called by Arizona State, their first of the game. As Devin Cambridge inbounds to Frankie Collins. And we are now under 30 seconds to go in this first half. All tied up. Arizona State trying to take some time off the clock as Collins with the slow dribble, and will get to work with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Gets it to Cambridge Jr., pulls up and hits a three.
He's been hot from distance, connects once again.
And Taylor cuts up court, and a whistle. It's a timeout called by Oregon State. So we'll keep it here. Desmond Cambridge Jr. hit the three, like you said, his second three ball of the game. And he's now up to 8 points total, one behind DJ Horn.
The confusing part about that timeout is that was not called by Wayne Tinkle. It was Pope that came in and signaled for the timeout. And it looks like there was an open lane to the hoop as well for Taylor as he was dribbling up court. But they get a timeout, have 4 seconds to set something up, plenty of time to get a pass in, take a couple dribbles, and put up a shot.
Absolutely. So we'll see what the Beavers decide to do. It's Pope, Wright, Bilodeau, Ratai, and Taylor on the court. Taylor inbounds it to Pope. 2 seconds left. Now one. And he loses control of the ball. So Oregon State is not able to capitalize with the 4 seconds left. And with that, Arizona State will head into the half with a 29-26 lead. Ryan, if you could kind of sum up the first half, what were some things you liked from the Sun Devils? What were some things you didn't like?
What I liked from ASU is that they were able to create shots for their shooters, especially at the end of the half with Desmond Cambridge Jr. But what I don't like is they are acting lazy on defense. They're peeling back and allowing a lot of open shots, and they're not competing on the boards as well. They're about even on the boards. Another good thing is that they have 8 offensive boards. They're getting a lot of second chance points, which is key. That's going to aid them very well going into the crucial parts of this game. But if I'm ASU, I need a more consistent offense because they went about 4 minutes without scoring after they had an 8-point lead. They barely were able to come back and get a lead before half.
Oregon State actually outshot ASU from the field, 39% to ASU's 37%, both shooting 25% from beyond the arc, and Oregon State outshooting ASU from the free throw line. But the Sun Devils have a 29-26 lead at the half, trying to advance. Both teams, winner of the game, will take on USC tomorrow. We're going to step aside here on Blaze Radio. We'll be back with Ryan Blank with the play-by-play in the second half.
welcome back to T-Mobile Arena. Game 4 of the first round of the Pac-12 men's tournament. Arizona State leads Oregon State 29-26. I'm Ryan Blank alongside Hayden Weber. And Hayden, rough first half offensively for the Sun Devils. What do they need to do in this second half to be able to build up a lead and get into a rhythm?
Well, first of all, they just, period, end of story, need to shoot better. I mean, it's very basic. It's very simple. This is an Oregon State team you can score against. I mean, there's a lot of good defensive teams in the Pac-12. Oregon State, not particularly one of them. So if you're the Sun Devils, they haven't really shot well consistently all season, but they need to do it here because Oregon State has shown an ability to get hot from beyond the arc, and Jordan Pope has led the way in that regard. So ASU, they've got to start having some success from three. That's the key.
It's Horn, Cambridge Jr., Frankie Collins, Washington, and Devin Cambridge on the court for the Sun Devils here to open up the second half. It's Pope, Acano, Bilodeau, Undella, and Taylor Jr. for Oregon State. Pope has it, he gets it to Undella. Now going inside to Bilodeau, has positioning, puts one up, it's good, count it, and a foul. He'll head to the line for a chance to tie it, and Oregon State opens up the second half with a bucket.
Yep, Bilodeau's been their guy on the inside there down low when they can't get it to Acano or a Beckway. They've been rocking with the freshman out of Kennewick, Washington. A chance to tie this game.
You saw Desmond Cambridge trying to argue that he threw an elbow, trying to say that there was a missed offensive foul, but Bilodeau makes the free throw. We're tied at 29. Collins brings it up, gets to Devin Cambridge. Back to Collins. Collins so far scoreless, only taking one shot. Desmond Cambridge has it at the top of the key. Tries to get to Horn, passes deflected back to Cambridge Jr. Now over to Horn. Horn driving on Pope. Goes underneath baseline. His pass is tipped out of bounds. Goes off the hands of Frankie Collins. And Oregon State takes over.
Yeah, that's a shocking stat. Frankie Collins, just the one shot. He's your second or third best scorer. Got to get him going if you're Arizona State.
Pope has it at midcourt, gets to Undella. Looking for somebody, he swings it over to Acano. He had two early fouls and didn't see much of him the rest of the first half. Now he drives on Horn, lays one up, and it's good. Oregon State opens up the half on a 5-0 run and now has a 2-point lead. Horn drives, kicks out to Cambridge, over to Collins, look to pass, now driving. Now he'll pull back, fadeaway jumper is good. Collins' first points of the game tie this game up at 31 with about 18 and a half minutes left.
I thought he had a look at three, but a nice job to drive up and get a good shot and cash in.
He did have an open look at three, but passed up. Bilodeau trips, loses possession. Fight on the floor for the ball, and possession go towards the Sun Devils.
All right, so after Oregon State punched Arizona State in the mouth to open the first half, you get the 5-0 run. A nice two. Collins gets on the board, and now they win possession. Let's see if they can keep the foot on the gas.
Horn has on the right wing, gets to Devin Cambridge, over to his brother Desmond. Guarded by Acano, gets it back to Collins. Whistle underneath, looks like it's a foul on Undella. And it is. He was holding Washington down on the block. He was trying to post up.
His second. And again, Undella, one of these big men playing for Oregon State, all of them getting into foul trouble. They need to be careful.
Collins inbounding, gets to Washington, back to Cambridge Jr. for three. He's got it. He is feeling it from three, and that's his third of the night.
Just a beautiful contested three from the far corner. Cambridge Jr., my goodness.
He could make any shot look easy. Just look at the Arizona game. Taylor has it guarded by Cambridge Jr. Looking to drive, cut off. Now driving again, kicks underneath to Undella. Trying to post up on Washington, floats one up, and it's good. ASU still leads, though, up 34-33. Over to Collins, looking to drive, pulls back. Now looking for a screen from Washington. He gets it. Gets to Washington on the roll. Trying to post up on Undella. Spin move. Jump hook, no good. Cambridge went for the rebound, can't corral it. And it's Acano who gets it and brings it up for Oregon State. Guarded by Devin Cambridge, pulls back. Thought about step back three, but passes to Pope. He drives, pulls up from the elbow and connects over Horn. Now Oregon State regains the lead.
That's a veteran shot, just a mid-range jumper there on the money. Nothing but net.
Cambridge Jr. has it guarded by Akano. Now to Washington, over to Collins, guarded by Taylor. Seems to be a little bit of a mismatch. Now Horn has it, guarded by Pope, over to Washington once again. Back to Horn. Horn looking to drive, trying to float one up. Stripped, gets it back, and he's fouled. Foul goes against Pope. His first foul of the game.
Yeah, watching the Oregon State assistant coaches tell the bench, hey, that's the ones we can't have.
Inbound goes to Collins, dribbling around, guarded by Taylor. Now gets it to Cambridge Jr. Over to Horn. Horn thought about driving, now kicks back to Desmond Cambridge Jr. He'll pull from three again. Does not connect. Rebound from Bilodeau, and here comes Pope. Shot fake gets to Undella. He'll pull from about 15 feet out, no good. Rebound from Washington. Dribbles it up, tries to get to Cambridge Jr. Passes low, can't control it, and another jump ball. Moving possession back to the Beavers.
Yeah, just a poor pass from Washington. You don't need a rush right there. You just regained possession. Not sure why you had to force the issue there, and you just handed the ball right back to the Beavers, who are looking to add to their lead.
Fifth turnover for ASU in this one. Gaffney enters for Washington. Now goes to Akana. He'll bring it up, guarded by Horn. Looking for a screen, he gets one. Switch over onto Gaffney. Mismatch down low, Bilodeau, guarded by Devin Cambridge. Kick out to Taylor, and he steps on the baseline. This called out of bounds, and that's a turnover. Frankie Collins takes the inbound, trying to work quick. ASU, when they speed up and get to their tempo and into transition, that's where they can get into a rhythm and take advantage. Horn nearly stripped, gets his dribble back. Crossover, drives, stripped again. Taylor with the steal. He'll drive on Devin Cambridge, and a foul is called on the floor. Bobby Hurley does not like the call, and the foul will go against Devin Cambridge.
Yeah.
His first foul of the game. That'll take us to the first TV timeout of the second half. 15:38 left in this one. Oregon State leads Arizona State 35-34 here on Blaze Sports YouTube. Back here at T-Mobile Arena, Ryan Blake alongside Hayden Weber. Arizona State has gone over 2.5 minutes scoreless and trail 35-34 to the 11 seed Beavers of Oregon State.
Yeah, the shooting struggles, the collective shooting struggles for Arizona State continue. Still shooting under 40% from the field. They've been okay from three tonight, but really going against, I'm going to say, an inferior opponent in Oregon State. They've done a poor job capitalizing in a do-or-die game.
Ratai just checked in, inbounds to Pope. Guarded by Collins on the far wing. Looks to drive, reverse layup, no good. Deflected by Cambridge. Rebound from Ratai, tries to put one up and he's blocked. Ball goes out of bounds off the hands of the Beavers. Sun Devils take over with possession. Inbound goes to Horn. Horn has 9 points. Had 7 of the first 13. Since then, he's been pretty quiet. Pass goes to Cambridge Jr. back to Horn. Looking for a screen, he gets one from Gaffney. Trying to roll out. It's back to Cambridge Jr. Dribbling around, looking to drive. He does, the floater, no good. Tries to go for the rebound, and a foul is called.
Trying to get a look. An Oregon State player hit the deck hard.
Foul goes against Akano.
Yeah.
Cambridge Jr. went up for the rebound, was taken out from underneath. No box out, so the foul is against Akano, his third. Collins inbounds, gets to Gaffney. Gaffney pulls from the corner, off the side of the backboard, no good. Gaffney, who throws from three, takes an ill-advised shot. Akano driving on Collins. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound from Bilodeau, but a foul is called, and it's over the back against Bilodeau. And the Oregon State faithful hate the call.
Especially Wayne Tinkle. Came flying up, arms in the air, very upset about the call. These are two very animated head coaches, about as animated as you're going to see.
Jemiah Neal enters for the Sun Devils. Collins exits. Kano exits for the Beavers. And Wright re-enters. First time he's hit the court in this half. Neal brings up, gets to Devin Cambridge. He's guarded by Ratai. Over to Gaffney. Hand off to Cambridge Jr. He's driving on Taylor. Layup, no good. Battle for the rebound. It's a tie-up. Bilodeau lands on top of Cambridge Jr. He does not like that. Possession stays with the Sun Devils on the jump ball.
Looked like a takedown in wrestling. I mean, that was very physical play, and yeah, Bilodeau came down hard on top of Cambridge Jr. there.
Seems to be some frustration brewing for the Sun Devils. Inbound goes to Cambridge Jr. Tries to drive, and he's fouled by Wright. Already 5 team fouls against Oregon State here. Not even 5.5 minutes into the half. That could bode well for ASU down the stretch. Neal inbounds. Looking for somebody. He's to the corner to Cambridge. Gets underneath to Neal, and he flushes it home over Bilodeau. How do you do, Jemiah Neal?
Oh my goodness.
On his head. Taylor has it guarded by Gaffney. Underneath to Bilodeau. Bilodeau to the corner. Ratai, open three. No good. Rebound from Neal. ASU leads by 1. Neal bringing it up. Cambridge trying to gain leverage against Ratai underneath. He can't. Sets the screen for Neal. Neal driving baseline, facing a double team. Tries to get to the opposite corner, and it's stolen by Pope. Gaffney tries to guard him closely, but he's able to get around him. Over to Ratai. Back to Pope. He'll settle with about 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Looking to drive. Floats one up. No good. Gaffney with the rebound. Pope thought there should be a foul. Now over to the corner. Devin Cambridge. Shot fake. He'll drive. Over to the corner. Desmond Cambridge Jr. Pass to Horn. Horn will take the three. No good. Long rebound secured by Taylor. He'll kick it up to Ratai. He'll drive. Euro step. Layup. No good, but a foul is called. This will go against DJ Horn. 2 free throws coming for Ratai.
Yeah, going back to that 3 miss from DJ Horn. Once again, it was Cambridge Jr. this time who had a really good look in the far corner on a 3. Opted not to go to it, swung it back out to Horn, who had plenty of time to make a shot and just missed it wide right.
Ratai's first free throw is good. So far on the season, only 58%. Two subs come in. Cambridge brothers exit. Washington re-enters, and Luther Muhammad hits the court for the first time in this second half. Game tied at 36, 13:23 left. Second free throw from Ratai, no good. Game stays tied, rebound from Neal. He'll bring it up for ASU. ASU going with a big lineup, matching Oregon State. Neal looking to drive on right, he does. Goes underneath, gets it to Washington. Washington loses control. Ball's loose. Taylor picks it up and he'll drive down court. He drives to the hoop. Reverse layup. Off the top of the backboard, no good. Put back from Revney, who just entered, no good. Rebound from Gaffney, gets to Horn. Horn over to Muhammad. Over to Washington at the free throw line. He'll pull. The jumper is good. That's an evolution of his game throughout this season, is developing the jumper, and now ASU regains the lead, 38-36, approaching 12 and a half minutes left. Taylor has it, looking to work around the key. Step back three, no good. Horn with the long rebound, he'll bring it up. Kicks over to Neal. Jemiah Neal has been a key piece off the bench, especially with Austin Nunez, who's been out for the last 2 to 3 weeks. He's guarded by Wright, gets it over to Horn, guarded by Taylor. Inside to Washington. Backing down Revney, layup, no good. Rebound from Ratai. Over to Pope, who will bring it up. ASU, once they get lead, they can't get it past one possession.
Yep, they've had multiple opportunities and have failed to capitalize. And Oregon State, ice cold right now. No field goals in the last 5 minutes.
They're 0 for their last 8. Pope dribbling around the top of the key, over to Revney. He'll pull from 3. No good, make it 0 for their last 9. Neal with the rebound, he'll dribble up. Horn wanted it, he didn't get it. Neal gets the elbow to Washington. Washington almost gets stripped but maintains possession. Over to Muhammad, dribbling, out to Neal. Open 3, it's good! Jemiah Neal connects from 3 for the first time tonight. Lead is up to 5 for Arizona State.
And that's perfect timing for the Sun Devils. Neal had a great look, beautiful shot, and now ASU doubles up like you mentioned.
Taylor has it on the far wing. Wanted a pick, doesn't get it from Ratai. Looking to drive on Neal, now backing him down on the post. Outside, Ratai for 3. Looking to end the drought, he can't. Rebound from Muhammad, he'll dribble it up for Arizona State. The drought is now over 2.5 minutes. Muhammad has a guard by Taylor, underneath to Washington, facing a double team, kicks it back out to Horn. Horn driving, floats one up for Gaffney, and he flushes it home! The alley-oop extends the lead to 7, and Wayne Tinkle needs a timeout.
Wow.
Arizona State is on a run. 9-1 run. They now lead by 7, 10:35. Timeout, Oregon State. We'll go to a break. When we come back, Oregon State looking to respond. Back here, first round, final game of the day. Arizona State on a run, now leading 43-36. 6 seed winning over the 11 seed as of right now. It's been a tight one, though, since the start. Hayden, what has changed in the past few minutes for Arizona State?
Well, they're finally taking advantage of the absolute ice-cold drought that Oregon State is on right now. Oregon State cannot buy a basket. They've completely lost all the momentum they had at the end of the first half. ASU wasn't making it hurt. They were, obviously not getting gained on by Oregon State, but now you get the big dunk by Gaffney. That's what makes it hurt.
Pope has the top of the key, guarded by Muhammad. Smart play. Now having your top perimeter defender against a man that can hit the three ball very well. Underneath Sandela, guarded by Brennan, who just came in. He's stripped, trying to get it back is Revney, and he steps out of bounds. Timeout on the floor, 10-12 left in this one. Score stays the same, 43-36. We'll go to a break. When we come back, Arizona State will inbound. .12 left in this one. Arizona State has a 7-point lead. And you mentioned it, Hayden, it's been that long drought. Oregon State now 0 for their last 10 from the field. If you're Oregon State, what are you drawing up to try to get the offense back in rhythm?
Well, first of all, they're still in this game. It's miraculous that you can have a drought like that and stay in a game, especially when the team on the other side is fighting for its, both teams are fighting for their lives right now, but ASU has a very real possibility of getting in the tournament. So for Oregon State, anything that you're not doing right now, it's as simple as that. Really just got to start hitting some shots and taking advantage with the open looks, which they haven't done.
Arizona State needs this win to stay alive with their hopes for the NCAA tournament. Inbound goes to Collins. He'll kick it up court to Neal. Back to Collins, guarded by Pope. Collins only 1 for 2 from the field. Not taking many shots so far. Neal has it, looking to drive, gets a screen. Back over to Devin Cambridge. He looks to drive. Layup is good. Count it, and the foul. He'll head to the line for one to get a three-point play.
Kind of get the sense ASU is really starting to solidify that momentum. And it's played plays like that and the Gaffney dunk that get the crowd into it, that really reinforces that. ASU with the chance to get this lead up to double digits.
Free throw from Cambridge is good. Lead is now up to a game-high 10 points for Arizona State. Wright will bring it up for the Beavers. Trying to drive, he does. Gets a shot fake on Brennan, lays it in. Tries to lay it in, but no good. He'll head to the line for two with the foul called on Duke Brennan.
Yeah, now a chance for Oregon State to finally get on the board. Haven't scored nearly 4 minutes. And a good chance they will with their best free throw shooter going to the line.
Right at the line for two. That's Brennan's first foul of the game. Arizona State has done a good job not getting anyone into foul trouble so far. First free throw is good. Ends a drought of nearly 4 minutes. But still, no success from the field. Deficit back down to 9. Second free throw is good. Arizona State still leads 46-38. Full court pressure from the Beavers. Muhammad has it. He'll take it across midcourt. He'll dump it back to Collins, who will slow the tempo with 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Neal has it. He wants to drive. Gets it over to Brennan. He hands it off to Collins. Gets a screen. Brennan rolls. He was open. Collins couldn't get it to him. Collins looking to drive. Behind the back, underneath to Brennan, and he'll flush it home. Duke Brennan, with his first points of the night, lead back up to 10.
That's how you know things are going good. Devils starting to spread the love now.
Ratai has it on the wing, guarded by Devin Cambridge. Wants to get it underneath to Undella. He does. Going against Brennan. Brennan tries to draw a foul, but he does not, and he's called for a flop, and the bucket will count for Undella. First field goal in roughly 8.5 minutes for Oregon State.
Yeah, and we saw Tinkle calling for the flop and then proceeds to chew out Undella. Bobby Hurley not happy about the flop call in and of itself.
He did not think it was a flop. He thought Undella lowered the shoulder into Brennan. Flop gets 2 free throws for Oregon State. They send Pope 1 free throw, and he converts. Lead now down to 7, 48-41, 8:43 left. Cambridge inbounds, gets to Warren Washington, back to Horn, who just checked in. Horn wants to drive, gets it underneath to Washington, draws a double team, and he's fouled. Reach and foul will be called against Taylor. That's his first.
I was going to say Oregon State can't afford to keep giving fouls out, especially with some of these bigger guys, but that is Taylor's first, so not the biggest of concerns for Wayne Tinkle.
ASU in the bonus, 1-1 for Warren Washington. So far today, 4 for 5 from the line. First free throw of the 1-1, he converts and they'll get a second.
Now you mentioned Washington being one of the more complete players on this team. He's made such a big impact in this game, and if he can sink this free throw.
And he does. Washington now 6 for 7 from the charity stripe here today, and the lead is now 50-41. Just under 8.5 minutes left. Winner of this matchup will face USC tomorrow night. Pope has it. Driving to the lane, gets to the corner to Wright, but it's an errant pass that goes off Wright's hands, and it's another Oregon State turnover.
Yeah, now the Beavers are starting to get sloppy and can't have that down 9 points. As Arizona State starting to smell blood in the water.
Horn will bring it up. He's guarded by Pope. So to Washington, who hits off to Cambridge Jr., back to Horn. Horn underneath to Washington. Takes the dribble, tries to go up, but he's fouled.
eating up these fouls.
Foul goes against Taylor once again. That's his second. He's now picked up 2 fouls in the last minute. Washington heads back to the free throw line. Undella exits. Bilodeau re-enters. Free throw from Washington is good. The foul was called on the floor, so it's still the 1-and-1, but doesn't matter. Washington connects. Lead back up to 10. Arizona State has 3 timeouts left. Oregon State has 2. Second free throw from Washington. Rattles out, no good. Rebound from Bilodeau, but he falls to the court, and he's called for a travel. Arizona State will maintain possession now underneath the basket.
Yeah, how about that for a break for the Sun Devils?
Collins inbounds. Gets to Washington. Washington back to Collins. Driving on Taylor. Backdoor cut from Horn. The reverse layup is good. Game high 12-point lead. Taylor wanting to work quick, driving to the hoop. He does, and he finishes. Now the tempo seems to be picking up. 53-43 in favor of the Sun Devils. Backdoor cut again from Horn, and he finishes with the right hand. Taylor driving once again, this time on Cambridge Jr., floats one up, but a foul is called against the Sun Devils. Timeout on the floor, 7:33 left. Wayne Tinkle getting in the face of a couple of his players after that foul call. Does not like the tempo, because that doesn't play to their strengths. That plays to ASU's strengths. We'll head to a break here on Blaze Sports YouTube. When we come back, Arizona State leads by 12. Just above 7.5 minutes left. Taylor at the line for two, following the foul from Desmond Cambridge Jr., his second. Only player that's in foul trouble right now for ASU is DJ Horn, and he has 3. First free throw from Taylor is no good. Off the front iron and no good. Roughly an 80% free throw shooter, second best on the team.
And an Oregon State team that is usually almost always perfect from free throw. They've missed 3, which is not bad, but nothing special.
Taylor connects on the second one. Cambridge Jr. has it over to Neal. He gets across midcourt. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. ASU now slowing up the tempo. Want to work the shot clock knowing they have a double-digit lead. Over to Cambridge Jr., over to his brother Devin. Back to Cambridge Jr. He'll pull from the corner. Rattles in and out, no good. Rebound from Bilodeau. Gets to Pope, he's looking to push. Pulls back, he was outnumbered. Looking for a screen, he doesn't get one. Under 7 minutes left. ASU still holding on to an 11-point lead. Over to Taylor. Gets a screen. Neal fights through it. Taylor drives. And the lay-in is good. Oregon State wanted an and one with a foul on Washington, but they don't get it. Deficit now down to 9. Horn has it on the wing. Over to Neal. Back to Cambridge Jr. He'll pull from the corner again. This one long, no good. Offensive board from Washington. Spin move. Jump hook, no good. Taylor has the rebound. He's looking to push. He's had success driving to the hoop in this game. Guard by Devin Cambridge. To the corner. Pope for 3. And it's good. Pope gives a look to Washington as the deficit has gone from 12 to 6. 55-49 ASU. Exactly 6 minutes left. Timeout called by Arizona State.
You know, this is remarkable that ASU is 5th nationally in two-point percent defense. Oregon State, up until recently, was shooting under 40% from the field and had only hit 2 threes. So the fact that they were even in this game is remarkable. And then that 3 from Pope gets them right back in.
Arizona State at times has struggled maintaining leads and putting teams away.
Yeah, it just seems like for whatever reason, like you said earlier, when ASU gets the lead, it's like they can never extend it, they can never keep it. And it looked like there for a minute they were going to be able to do just that. Oregon State was getting sloppy, Wayne Tinkle was getting upset, getting in the faces of his players. But maybe that fired him up because Jordan Pope hit that clutch 3 and some good defense as well has kept them in the game.
ASU inbounds to Horn. Now gets to Collins. He drives, trying to finish with the left hand. No good. Rebound from Pope. Foul called. Looks like it'll go against Bilodeau and Washington. A double foul. They got mixed up underneath. That's Bilodeau's 3rd, and also it's now Washington's 3rd.
Yeah, 2 valuable players. Neither coach wants to get in foul trouble.
Only Washington's 2nd foul. He's been good about fouls in this one. Taylor has it, guarded by Cambridge Jr. Trying to drive, kicks back out to Pope. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Looking to drive, he'll pull up. Fadeaway 3, no good. Cambridge Jr. with the rebound. Gets to Collins. He'll bring it up for ASU. Devin Cambridge was open on the back door. Collins did not see him. Back to Collins near the midcourt logo. 10 seconds left on the shot clock for ASU. 3-man weave around the key. Shot fake from Cambridge. He'll drive, and he's fouled on the way up. ASU has a chance to end a scoring drought of over 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, no better time than to stop the bleeding than right now. Like you said, the Beavers heating up. They're on that run. They're starting to shoot well from the field again. ASU now needs to cash in now that the free throw line. success today.
First free throw from Cambridge. Rattles out, no good. Cambridge now 1 for 3 from the charity stripe. ASU still looking to snap the drought. 0 for 4 from the field on their last 4 attempts. Second free throw from Cambridge. No good. He missed them both. Rebound from Taylor. Looking to push. He'll drive on Cambridge. Kicks it out. Akano for 3. No good. And Cambridge has a rebound. Tries to get to his brother. Pass is stolen by Akano. He was over the half-court line. He would have been called for over and back. Lets the ball go out of bounds. Looks like possession will stay for ASU. They catch another break.
And they do. That could have been a costly mistake. An ill-advised pass. Could have really come back to bite the Sun Devils. But another spell of good luck in ASU with the chance to make things right.
55-49 Sun Devils. Just under 4:45 left. Collins has on the left wing. He wants a screen. He'll get one from Gaffney. Now driving, looking to finish. He does not. Gaffney with the putback slam. That ends a scoring drought of nearly 3 minutes. Lead back up to 8. Taylor looking to drive. Another whistle. Foul called against Arizona State. This one going against Gaffney.
I was just about to say, Alonzo Gaffney's had some big moments in tonight's game. And good things have happened when he's been in good positions. That time draws the foul.
Gaffney called for his 3rd foul, and now it's the 1-and-1 for Oregon State. ASU bringing in size. Warren Washington comes in for Devin Cambridge. 2 players on each side, each have 3 fouls. Taylor at the line. He's 3 for 4 so far in this one. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. 4:26 left. When it seemed like Arizona State had a chance to put this one away up by 12, the Beavers are not going away quietly. Second free throw from Taylor is good. Lead is back down to 6. Each side has 2 timeouts. Arizona State in the double bonus, while Oregon State still in the 1-and-1. Collins has it, gets to Horn. Horn trying to go inside. Washington can't get position. Now he does. They get down to him. Spin move. Layup is good. Washington wanted the foul. He did not get it. The lead is back up to 8, under 4 minutes left.
Yep, that ties them with Cambridge Jr. for most points for the Sun Devils.
Trying to drive his Ratai, and a jump ball caused by Collins. Possession will stay with the Beavers, but that'll take us to our final TV timeout. 3:43 left here on day 1 of the Pac-12 tournament here at T-Mobile Arena. Sun Devils holding on, leading 59-51. We'll go to a break. When we come back, final minutes here on day 1. the final matchup of the first round of the Pac-12 men's tournament, the 6th seed Arizona State leads the 11th seed Oregon State 59-51. 3:43 left. Oregon State will inbound following the jump ball. Ratai trying to inbound it. Near 5 seconds and timeout called by Oregon State. Bobby Hurley thought it was 5 seconds. Looks like just in time the Beavers get a timeout. They're now down to 1. And we'll stay here for this break. Hayden, if you're Arizona State on defense, you've been able to counteract a lot of what led to a lot of success in that first half. But how do you finish this one out knowing that you had a chance to really put it away up by 12 but couldn't do so?
What you want to do is not pull back. You want to continue to play tough, tight defense. You also don't want to have any stupid fouls and send Oregon State to the line. Because more often than not, they're going to cash in. So if you're ASU, keep playing physical. Don't let up, but at the same time, you got to play smart.
Taylor will inbound now for Oregon State. Gets to Pope. Pope dribbling around the top of the key. Has room. Jump. Step back 3, blocked by Washington. Collins gets it over to Cambridge Jr. to the corner to Horn. Back to Cambridge Jr. Wants to drive. And the pass is tipped, stolen by Taylor. He'll drive going coast to coast. Can't finish. Washington with the board. He'll hand off to Collins. ASU will slow it down. Collins gives it up to Horn. Over to Gaffney at the top of the key. Back to Washington. Cut from Cambridge Jr. Washington tries to get to a pass. Is deflected and stolen by Akano. Over to Pope for 3 on the wing. No good. Bilodeau with the rebound. Trying to post up Washington. Post hook. No good. Ratai with the rebound. Collins tries to go for the strip, but is called for a foul. Bilodeau will head to the line.
Yep, turnovers on ensuing possessions for Arizona State. Not what you want to have happen. And like I said, you want to avoid the fouls, and now they send Ratai to the line. It's not what you want to have happen.
First free throw is good. Devin Cambridge comes back in the game. He'll replace Gaffney. Gaffney has had some big plays in this second half. Warren Washington leading the cause for Arizona State. Has 15 points, which leads both sides. And has 9 boards. Second free throw is good. Lead is now down to 6. 2:40 remaining. Horn has it, gets it across midcourt. ASU really slowing down. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Collins regains it, back to Horn. 8 seconds. Horn needs a pick. Rolls off over to Desmond Cambridge Jr. 2 seconds. Shot fake, puts one up, off the front iron, no good. Pope with the rebound. Pope dribbling, now trying to drive on Horn. His layup, no good. Cambridge Jr. going for the rebound, and a foul is called. He'll go against Ratai.
Right now, Arizona State with this 2-possession lead. This is where they tend to thrive, 9-4 in 2-possession games. Let's see if they can close. Oregon State, we know they're just 2 shots away from tying this game. And I'll tell you what, Jordan Pope has looked really good from beyond the arc, even though he's been just off a few times. He's made some really good contested shots.
No bonus for Desmond Cambridge Jr. First free throw, he connects. Gaffney re-enters. He replaces Warren Washington. 83% free throw shooter. Best on the team. Cambridge Jr.'s second free throw. Nothing but net. Lead back up to 8. 2:12 left. Taylor will bring it up. He's guarded by Horn. Now looking to back down. Sun Devil guard puts one up. Shot is blocked by Gaffney. Rebound from Ratai. Goes underneath to Bilodeau. Shot fake. Puts one up and it's good. Oregon State wanted a foul, no call. Deficit back to 6. Full court pressure coming from the Beavers. Collins gets it across midcourt. Under 1:45 left. Hand off to Cambridge Jr. Now hand off to Horn. Horn looking to drive, pulls back, it's to Gaffney. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Back to Cambridge Jr. Drives underneath to his brother Devin. The reverse layup, no good. Ratai with the rebound, falls to the floor, ball is loose. Akano gets it and gets it to Taylor. Taylor now pushing up court, looking to drive. Drives to the hoop, he's fouled on the way up by Horn. He'll head to the line for 2, 1:16 left.
Oregon State once again with an opportunity at the line, but before that, Arizona State wasn't able to cash in a good offensive opportunity. Cambridge just missed. That layup shot just rolled out. Would have been big points for the Sun Devils, but Oregon State with a chance to continue to close this gap.
4th foul on DJ Horn. He has 13 points today. First free throw from Taylor. Off the front iron, off the backboard, and in. Shooter's touch. Cuts the deficit to 5. Second free throw from Taylor is good. He connects on both, deficit down to 4. Taylor now 6 for 7 from the free throw line. Collins brings it up, faces a double team, gets to Washington, over to Cambridge Jr. Tries to go underneath to his brother Devin, he does, draws a double team, and a jump ball is called, but possession stays with Arizona State, minute 3 left.
Yeah, Cambridge ran into the double team there, not much he could do. And the jump ball, saw some clapping there from Oregon State, they like the call.
Collins inbounds to Cambridge Jr. over to Horn. Horn will pull from 3. No good. Battle for the rebound, won by Taylor. He'll look to drive. He does. Layup, no good. Rebound collected by Devin. Cambridge gets to Collins. Under 50 seconds left. Huge board from the Sun Devil guard forward. Collins looks to drive. He is fouled on his way to the hoop, and he'll head to the line for 2. Foul goes against Bilodeau.
Yeah, what a massive rebound there for Arizona State. That's just a difference maker. Now ASU to the line, a chance to add on.
40.5 seconds left. Both teams in the double bonus. Oregon State 1 timeout, Arizona State 2 timeouts. ASU leads 61-57. Collins heads to the line for 2 free throws. However, Collins only 64% from the free throw line. His first free throw, no good off the back iron. ASU only 10 of 16 from the charity stripe. Second free throw from Collins, rattles out, no good. Rebound from Taylor, loose ball on the ground, Akano picks it up. Oregon State has to work quick. Akano drives, kicks it out to Ratai. Pass to Taylor, can't handle it, he gets it back, guarded by Collins. He'll drive, he's stripped, and the ball goes out of bounds. Possession will stay with Oregon State. Wayne Tinkle wanted a foul. Warren Washington wants a replay.
I thought that absolutely went off the hand of a Beaver.
And the officials will go to the monitor and review. 24 seconds left. ASU leads by 4. How big of a replay is this, Hayden?
Oh, I mean, this is basically, I mean, I don't want to quite say the game, but it's getting to that point for Oregon State where they need any break they can get. I absolutely thought that went off the hand of a Beaver, and if the Sun Devils do in fact get possession, I mean, they're in prime position to close this thing out. If it is in fact Oregon State ball, they have a chance to run a quick play, get a couple quick points, and they're still in, within striking distance. But if Arizona State gets possession, they're going to have to start fouling, and it's going to be a lot more difficult for Oregon State.
Oregon State, 1 of their last 10 from the field. Arizona State, 2 of their last 10. No field goals in over the last 3.5 minutes for ASU. 24 seconds flat. there at the monitor. Looked like it might have gone off the hands of a Beaver after the ball was stripped from Taylor on his way to the hoop. 13 seconds on the shot clock for Oregon State.
And I don't want to say I'm surprised that this game is as close as it is, but I mean, you look at these two teams on paper. You see the difference in the experience. You see what it could potentially be if Arizona State goes far into this tournament. And just the fact that these two teams have met twice and ASU won both times, the fact this game is this close is, I don't know if it's more telling of Oregon State really taking it to Arizona State or the Sun Devils just not playing their best game in crunch time.
Still at the monitor, looking at the replay. Was a close call. You think if it goes this long, they're going to stick with their call. Possession will stick with the Beavers. But no matter how you shake it, ASU will probably go to the free throw line. You want to get in the hands of DJ Horn or Desmond Cambridge Jr., the only two guys shooting at least 83% from the free throw line this year.
Yeah, and you would like to not have to rely so heavily on just those two guys, but that's where you're at this point. You look at a Frankie Collins who was half decent from the free throw line, but laid 2 bricks his last time up, so really no one is reliable other than the two guys you mentioned.
Love this guy.
Officials still at the monitor.
They don't know yet.
I mean, this is a massive call, so they'll certainly take their time.
Officials make the call, and it's Arizona State basketball. Off the hands of Taylor after he was stripped. And if you heard the crowd mic, one of our other broadcasters, Walker Smith, might have broke that. Cambridge Jr. will inbound. Neal comes in for Washington. You would think Frankie Collins, who just missed 2 free throws, would inbound, but instead it's an 83% free throw shooter. Inbound goes to Collins, gets to Cambridge Jr., he'll dribble up. Driving to the hoop, gets it to Devin Cambridge, tries to slam it home. He can't. Rebound on the board from Neal, and he is fouled. Tinkle wanted a jump ball, but no. It was a reach-in called against Oregon State. Jemiah Neal will head to the line for 2 free throws. If you're Devin Cambridge in that situation, why are you trying to slam it home?
Not sure at all. At the very least, some time did tick off the clock there for Arizona State, but still, it's not the smart heads-up play.
2 free throws for Jemiah Neal, 14.2 seconds. First free throw is good. Neal is 68% free throw shooter in the regular season. Horn exits. Gaffney will head to the backcourt, bringing in the height for defense. Second free throw from Neal is good. Lead is now to 6, 63-57, 14.2 seconds. Taylor has it, trying to work quick. Timeout called by Wayne Tinkle. 11.2 seconds, 3 seconds tick off the clock. That's their final timeout. We'll go to a break. When we come back, the final seconds, Arizona State holding on to a 6-point lead. Let's set the scene a little bit. What a way to cap off day one of the 2023 men's Pac-12 tournament. 11.2 seconds left. Arizona State, the 6th seed, leads Oregon State, the 11th seed, 63-57. Oregon State has the ball following their last timeout. They need a quick bucket. They will inbound it to Taylor, guarded by Desmond Cambridge Jr. Over to Akano. Akano, tight defense from Arizona State. 4 seconds. 3 is tipped. Ratai with the rebound, tries to put one in, no good. Gets zone rebound, and that is it. Ball game. Arizona State moves on to the quarterfinals. They now have a date with the Trojans of USC tomorrow night.
Hey, it wouldn't be Pac-12 after dark without a little bit of drama. How about this game? Arizona State withstanding a tough test from the Oregon State Beavers. Lots of fight on both sides, and the Sun Devils ultimately just proved to be too much. But, Ryan, we're going to be on the call for one heck of a rubber match in tomorrow's game.
Well, ASU lost both games in the regular season to USC. We talked about it all day. It is hard to beat a team 3 times. We are in for a good one tomorrow night. ASU is able to hold on. The 6th seed defeats the 11th seed. They're going to the quarterfinals and win a crucial game in staying alive for a berth in the NCAA tournament. Bobby Hurley and his squad live to see another day. But they go and face a team tomorrow night who's beaten them twice. One time convincingly on the road at Arizona State, and then a game where USC dominated last weekend, but ASU made a final push to keep it close. That'll do it for your Blaze coverage of day one of the Pac-12 tournament. Don't worry, we've got 4 more games for you tomorrow. It'll be UCLA against Colorado, Oregon against Washington State. Dylan Nichols and Jonah Crow on the call for both those. Then number 2, Arizona against number 10, Stanford. Kevin Malater and Walker Smith will be on the call for that one. And then Hayden and I will be on the call for the nightcap. Game 8, number 3, USC against number 6, Arizona State. That'll do it from T-Mobile Arena. ASU pulls out a close one. He's Hayden Weber. I'm Ryan Blank. Enjoy the rest of your night, and make sure to tune in to Blaze Sports YouTube tomorrow, because we got 4 more games coming at you, the quarterfinals.